Hey guys, kasi uh, naka-recall sa katong ato topic last meeting.
Sir sa MP, sir. Login.
Yes. Okay. Talagin. Okay, so nakadiscuss na ba ta sa kuan sa CHK sa one-dimensional and two-dimensional array? Wala to na naputol siguro to, no? Ato ba? Okay, so login. Okay, so attendance sa tanong. Blin na. Wala si Blin.
Present, sir.
Okay, present. Aberdeen.
Present, sir.
Alambag.
Present, sir.
Aranoigo, Michelle.
Present, sir.
Okay. Tapa State.
Present, sir.
Aranyes, Jensen. Aranyes. Wala. Arandia. Wala gihapon. Arquino, ano?
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Okay. Si Arenio Angela.
Present, sir.
Arenio Justin. Arenio Justin, wala.
Sir, schedule din niya sa vaccine karon, sir, si Justin.
Siya ba ito nag-comment mo? Chat?
Siya to chat sa GC, sir.
Okay. Sige. Si... Okay. Hindi kanila eh. Si Arenio ba ito, Justin? Si Arroyo Denzel?
Yan lang na siya, sir.
Uy,
Si Aranya, sir, eh. Excuse si Aranya, sir.
Aranyes na
Excuse siya, sir.
Okay. Wait. Arroyo, niundang na daw. Ito na po. Barabad.
Present.
Scarlet Christian. Scarlet Christian, wala. Prosket.
Present.
Sabi.
Present, sir.
Tata Zebra. Pasas? Wala. Kaya pa siguro na masud. Credo? Credo, Elisa May? Wala. Compass, Harling?
Present, sir.
Okay. Leon, Maria Salome? Si Leon, wala. Wala yapon. Okay, si Lisapi.
Present, sir.
Okay. Si Danyo.
Present, sir.
Okay. Si Scotton. Wala. Rera, Jed Lloyd. Rera, Jed Lloyd, wala. Torres. Torres.
Present, sir.
Okay.
Present.
Warren.
Present, sir.
Gulayan, Janali. Wala. Si Pearl Mecca. Wala. Makandola, Jamaica.
Present, sir.
Lavisa Lawrence.
Present, sir.
Lorente Gianmarco. Wala. Limosnero.
Present, sir.
Lumaki Nor Nami. Wala. Luna. Alan.
Present, sir.
Okay. Maestre.
Present, sir.
Malakambal. Malakambal, wala. Manatad. Wala gihapon. Mantala.
Dagma.
Sir,
Sir, present ko, sir.
Nari na dewa, makaritig.
Nag-clear.
Okay, so Mantala, Isra,
Present, sir.
Monreal, Marvin,
Present, sir.
Miranda,
Present, sir.
Itogo, Marisa, Itogo, Marisa, wala. Polinio,
Present, sir.
okay. Polinio, July, wala. Ribato, Zikea,
Present, sir.
Romero, Daniel,
Present, sir.
Soles, Isamain,
Present, sir.
Talia,
Present, sir.
Hindi wala natawag. Today is the 10/4. Okay. Okay, so wala na ikuan, wala na tawag. Kani sa buskagan, wala pa mo. Okay, mga saan ba mga wala. Kumusta man ninyo diha panahon? Buwan-buwan pa sa inyo?
Tugnaw. Suking uwan, sir, eh.
Pasok kayo, sir.
sir.
Okay. So wala rin problema inyo connection kay basin kusog sa undo. Sa ira ba mo ang connection?
Shopee.
Wagtang usahay, sir.
Hihina yung signal, sir.
Delay nga. Delay.
Dili ka. Sige lang kay ato naman sa ni i-record din. I will para ma-release ninyo. Okay. So our topic for today is about one-dimensional and two-dimensional array. Na human na batani wala pa no. Pero ang section B o C ra man siguro ako na. Kung paano. Okay. Log in. Okay, wala pa gid kaya wala na ako na save dire. Alright, so let's start our discussion about one-dimensional and two-dimensional array. So, nag-research na mo about sa array or nag-advanced research na mo ani? Wala pa. Kaya nag-research na mo, you have the some knowledge na about sa ingani nga data presentation sa array. Okay, so in array, ito nito pull na ito nga ito browser. Let's get the definition of array. Okay, here. So you can also browse the internet. You have to utilize the internet, okay, in researching something. Okay, because all of the answers that you want, you can Google it or you can view it in the other websites. Okay, so in C, arrays. Okay. In this progress.com, we have the definition. And okay, so array is a variable that can store multiple values. Okay. For example, if you want to store 100 integers, you want to create an array for it. Okay. So the array, if you want to store integers, you have to make it in the data type in n. Okay, so if you want to store floating points, you have to put the data type float or double. Okay, so let's say for example here. Okay, so sa ating definition, okay, an array is a variable that can store multiple values. Okay? Multiple values. Meaning, daghan. Okay? Pwede nimo ibutang sa iya index set o daghan nga values. Okay? For example here, to declare an array, let's say if I'm going to store an integer, arrays of integers, you have to put int and then the variable name, for example, is, let's say ARR for array, and then you have to put bracket, okay, and then the limit of your array. Okay, for example, I'm going to limit it into 10, or it depends on you. Okay, it depends on the number of you want to store. The limit that you want to store. Okay, so in this zoom in. Okay, klaro ninyo. Okay, so in this statement here, we have declared the array which has the limit of 5 indexes or cells. Okay, so let's say for example, try to pull up the Excel file. The Excel. This will kind of look like, okay. Ate pull up na sa ato Excel para ma-picture out na ito sa array. Okay. Okay, so let's say for example, here. Okay, so since sa array na to, this is the variable now, and this is the limit. Okay, ang 5. Now, sa array sa Excel na to, this will be kind of look like, okay. So for example, kung 5 ang ato limit diri, meaning ang ato cell will be 5 gihapon, okay? But it will start initializing on the index 0, okay? Let's say for example, an array here is 5, so sa kuanan sa cell nato, let's imagine, okay? Array index 0. Okay. So, array 0, array 1, array 2, array 3, and array 4. Okay? Array 0, array 0, array 1, 2, 3, 4. Meaning, 5 gyapon ka cells ang or indexes ang ato mabuhat. Okay? Since limit nato is 5, meaning 5 ka indexes. But, it will start initializing on index 0. Okay? Nakuha? Nakuha na?
Sir.
Okay. Kuha. So, magsugod din siya og index na 0. Okay? Tanan niya array. Alright? Now, to put the values inside your indexes. Ang indexes kani siya kaning numbers aning limit nimo. Okay? Which is also the location of your cell. For example, here. Location of your cell. For example, array 0, array 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's pull up the example. Okay, this is, okay, so data type and array name. This is what we did sa ato array. Okay, let's say, declare ta og integer, meaning int jud ang pwede ra diri sa ato array. Okay, if you declare floating points, you have to declare float. Okay, for example, yan na siya. Kung int man siya diri, if you want to put the floating points na pwede ma-store sa kuwan, so you have to put float. Okay, and then the array and your limit. Okay, and also you can also put double, then array 5. Okay, so that is how to declare an array. Okay, declaration of array. Alright, so nakuha ra pag declare sa array. Nakuha ra?
Yes, sir.
Nothing naglibog?
Yes, sir.
You can ask question. Okay? Okay, since wala na naglibog, let's go on. Let's move to another process. Okay. So to put the values inside your array, okay, you have to call the indexes, okay, or the location of your array. Okay. Let's say, for example, here. Ano siya? Wala akong bigyan sa inyo. Naasa ay mga empty nga cells. Okay? Alright? So, we have okay, zoom in. Okay? We have here 5 cells. And then, start siya o initialize sa 0. Okay? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, this is how indexes work. Alright? So, here, let's make another declaration sa ato mga array to put the values. Okay? Pwede sa niya yan, let's say, here. Kung ato tawagan ni ato manual input, okay? So, for example, we're going to put array. To call the indexes, you have to put the index value, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so which is array 0, okay? The position array 0, which is primero, na cell. Here, you can put the data inside your array just like this. For example, I'm going to put it 12, and also array 1, put value is 1, array 2, array index 2, since the value is 3, then array 3, let's say for example 4 ang value, and then array 4, which is value is 5. Okay. Now we already put the values inside our array indexes. Okay, which is kung ato i-simulate sa ato cell, on array 0, ang ato value is 12. Okay, may mo na yan. And array 1, which is the value is 1. And then array 2 is a value 3. Array 3 has a value of 4. Array 5 will be 5. Okay. So this is the example of how data shown in our array. Okay. So may nga yun siya. Alright, but there are some another way to put the data inside your array para usa lang ka line. Okay, for example, I'm going to put ang floating points na lang, float points. So there is a float. I'm going to rename it because we already declared the name array. So go float lang, and then the double array. Okay, so float array ato lang ni butangan og sample nga data gyapon. So it's float array, let's say ang ato values here is, you have to put it inside your curly brace para sa ka line. Okay, so ang position 0 is let's say for example ang value nato is 1. Ang position index 1 has a value of 23. Index 2 the value of 34. Then this is just example data, okay? And then index 3, 0, 1, 2, and then index 3 is 12. Index 4 is, let's say, 20. Okay, so this is another way to put the values inside your array, okay? It is separated by comma, okay? Separated by comma, and then you have just to imagine the logic here. This is the position 0, okay? This is the position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4. These are the indexes, okay? So, ang mention during a position is the index of your array. Okay? Kuha. Kuha, guys.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me,
Okay.
sir. Kailang mag-ask, sir.
Yes.
Kanang sa float RA, sir ba? Kaya, abi na akong ang value ana sir kay 1.3 kana decimal kan sir ba sa float RA. Kaya decimal place.
Oh. Kung mag-store ka ka ng mga decimal places. Okay. Alright. So, this is just an example data, okay? So, pwede ra ka butangan mo og di ba float nato is na may floating points. And ang ato float kay ma-accept pa na siya og mga integer also, okay? This is just an example. Yeah, we can put it just like this. Kana 0.1, 0.2. Okay, it will accept also sa mga whole numbers because it is a floating point. It is applicable in integer and muna siyang float. Okay, let's say kana na mga points. Okay, alright, so kuha ra ang sa float kuha di ba another you don't have to para malibog ay lang yung libog sa float o sa integer, okay? Ang float is it will accept nga of any values na integer or whole numbers, and also it accepts one floating point. Ang ating integer is puro na ni whole numbers, okay? Muna naka lahi sa integer. And also a float kay it is applicable on computing. If you are going to create a grading system, you have to use the floating points or the float data type. Okay, if you're going to make an just like kanabang mga input lang ng mga integer ng mga whole numbers, you have to put in depende sa inyo implementation sa inyo program. Okay, so kuha ra. Also sa double, it accepts also integer type or whole numbers. Okay, ang integer lang ang puro lang siya whole number. Okay, so wala na naglibog sa float. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So since we already declare array sa taas, and also we did putting some values inside our array indexes, okay, and also sa ato float array which has the values inside the curly braces separated by comma. Okay? So, if you, here. So, unahin mo na rin nato, which is, ang ato, the time military is ang cell. Okay? Here. Sa integer niya siya. Okay? And then, sa float array, it also, may nga hapon. Okay? For example, index 0 sa float array, nasa ubos. So, ang index 0 is 1.1, and then index 1, 23.1, and index 3, index 4, index 2, index 3, index 4. Okay, here. Index 2 is 34.4, and index 3 nato is 12.2, and then the last is 20.4. Alright, so this is how it looks like kung mabutang na sa ato array indexes ang ato data. Okay, so to print these values, okay, we did declare the ato na itanggalan sa ang double comment out nasa nato. Okay, we did the declaration of array. We also put the values inside the array here, different types of put some values inside the indexes. Also here with curly braces separated by comma, we are going to print this values. Okay, so let's start with the integer or the array, an array na variable. So printf, we have to create a looping. Okay, para ang ato index is kadto ang atong variable sa looping. Okay, example for loop, and then the I, butang nato variable I equal to 0, kay magsugod man tabi initialize sa index 0, so we need to initialize sa index 0. And this will serve as our index, okay, our I. And then I less than 5. Okay, why? Nanang less than 5 man at abubutang diri. Why? Yan ang less than
0
5.
man sa nga sir. Conditional statement man na dra.
Because any other idea? Yan ang less than 5 na natin gibutang. Aside from kanang mag-initialize tag 0.
Okay, 5 man ang variable size sir.
Okay, so that's correct, because we have limited it into 5 values lang. Okay, now nganong less than man, it is because ang ato index is mag-initialize sa 0. Okay, so dapat kutobra ang loop sa index 4. Okay, what? So, dapat kutobra ang loop sa index 4. And then, mo exit na siya. Okay, in plus plus. Alright, so to print this arrays here, so printf, okay, %d for our data type integer. Okay, so %d, then %, and then you have to call the array variable. Say array, and then kuha na to ang index. So which is ang I na to will serve as our index. Okay? Kuha. And then we're going to make a space here para dili siya magdikit. Okay, so this is from int array. Okay, no. We have to put this outside our loop. Here. Okay, maapilwan niya og kalup. Saan code ka sa one. So this are the values inside int array. These are the values inside array, and then loop na siya, ma-print na siya pa horizontal, and then let's see. Okay, so let's build and run so that we can see the values inside our array. Nga ito yung butang. Okay, so we have an error. Okay? Ngayon na naman tayo error dito sa float array. Any idea?
Wala yung value sa bracket.
Okay, let's put some value. And then build and run. Okay, wala gihapon. Float array.
Wala mang gideclare, sir.
Okay, float na aman dito sa ibaw. Float.
Wala mang gitawag, sir. Because, ang kwan. I-try og kwan, sir. Comment na, sir.
Okay, let's try to comment this out. Wala pa man ta kuha sa value sa dali ato sa i-comment. Kaya nga ito ikuha sa karon kay kani ang integer, okay? So, maabot na taan eh. Kaman ani integer. Okay, so let's build and run. Okay, so here we have these are the values inside the array. 6.2. So we have a kuan ini memory allocation ng kuan ng mga numbers. Ito is 6422 mga sa memory allocation. Why is it happening? Okay. So let's see. Array. Int 5.
Sir, try to kanang erase kanang cancel kanang ampersand sa printf.
Okay. Here. Because if you're going to get the data, you just have to kani siyang ampersand. Okay? Kani siyang ampersand is used for scanf only. Okay? So that is why I'm putting it here. It is because to test your formatting sa syntax sa ato mga kuan. Okay? So this is not included here because it will show us our memory allocation. Okay? So that's another build and run. Okay, so we have now the right values. Okay, so we have 12 for index 0, We have 1 for index 1. We have 3 for index 2, 4 for index 3, 5 for index 4. Okay? So if you're going to see, take a look at here. So we have 12, 1, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Muna ang kahinitan o kabutang sa ato array. Okay? Inside our indexes na values. Okay? So, kuha ra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about the others? Kasi naglibog. Okay, some of some of students, maglibog sila sa looping. Okay, natuyok naman, okay? So, ay lang mo kalibog sa looping. You have just to familiarize the movement of your loop. Okay? Okay, ang una-una lang is, ang looping is magtuyok sa siya. Okay? Until such time nga may mo siyang false ang statement here, mo-exit na siya sa loop. Okay? If true tanan yun eh. If true would need tanan. If true, musunod ni siya diri. If false, otherwise, magawas na siya sa loop. Okay, so other example. Comment this down. Any comment? No? Okay, so ngarito sa ato float array. Here. Float array, and then float array, limit is 5. Okay. So, ato copy the ring float for loop para sa ato loop is a float. So, we have our integer I, and then value is percent saman kung float na to. Isa to yung sa types of float, our identifier F. Okay, and then it will get the 6 decimal places if we're going to put it lang. Okay, you have to put percent ilaman, percent point 4.1. Okay, so we're going to get the 0.1 lang. Okay, and then the float array na to, okay, which is here. Float array. Float array. Okay. So let's see if we have an error here. So we already put the values 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's try to build and run para makita nato if this will work. Okay, so naagid tayo kaning error dito sa float array. So, any idea nga na nag-error ta? Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So na ay declare a float here. And hope that okay, access data type integer float. Okay, so wala sila example dito sa float. But here, not example sa float. Why is it not working? Any idea? So let's put
Sir, try daw dito sa taas, sir.
try natin sa taas. If this will work.
Sa value sa taas, sir.
Okay. Then comment this out. Okay, so ato redirect diri from a declaration of data type, data float array, and then the limit, and then the value separated by comma. Okay, so let's see if this will work. Okay, so it works. Okay, so why is it not working if we're going to put it here nasa ubos?
Wala man na data type, sir. Okay, wala may data type.
Okay.
Mag, parehaso na lang pan, sir, integer na array, sir.
Okay. So ang kani siya nga declaration man good is it needs a full length. Okay. So kinahanglan na siya dito type, and then nakaline siya sa ato kani siya nakaline siya sa ato dito type because we are using the curly braces. Okay, curly braces to put values inside our array. So it is now working. Okay, so if we're going to see the result, okay. So we have index 0, which is 1.1, index 1 23.1, index 2 34.4, index 3 12.2, index 4 is 20.4, which is ang ato Excel dari kare. Okay, 1.1 to 0, index 0, 33.1, okay, so 34.4, 12.2, and 20.4. Okay, so that is how to put the data and display the data inside our array. Okay, kuhara? Kuhara? Kita naglibog. Any question? Any question? Okay, silence means wala na. Means yes. Sakto ba? Silence means yes. Okay, so let's go on to another way of putting values inside the array. So another way, let's get rid of this one. Okay, ato lang i-save lang ni nato para natay reference kay ato na lang nako sa ato gihapon classroom ang ato gihimo karon para na may reference. Okay. Okay, so I will save this one. Ato tayo nag-file kaya we are going to create another file. One thing. Okay, values and array. Kaya sa may nato magbago ta. Save naman natin ito mga work. Okay, so another way of putting values inside the array is from user input. Okay, from user input. So let's put a for loop, okay, to look it according to our indexes. Okay. Here sa igbaw is we're going to initiate the data type in the array. Let's say array gapon. And then ang ato limit is 5. Okay. Now we have our loop. Okay. Int I less than 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay. Now to get the values from user input is you have to create a scanf, di ba? Sakto ba? You need to create a scanf. So print f okay, enter index enter values to index I %b, and then the I, okay, and then scanf to get the values from user input. Scanf, and then percent b, then percent, and then unsa may atong butangan diri, so may variable nga ato gamiton diri, the scanf.
Array, sir.
Okay,
Variable
ang array variable. Okay, and then what else?
Then the index I.
Okay,
Open and close
then,
bracket.
okay. All right, that's correct. All right, so we have the array index I. Okay, because our I is what will be our index here. Okay, it will serve as our index location or position para sa ato cell or sa ato array. Okay, now let's print. So nanatay input sa igbaw, which is naghimot outlook para makuha ang user input. And then to print this one is we need to get or to create another for loop, another looping. Okay, so say for example, and j equals 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. Okay, okay, this is for our new loop. Okay, to print the values from our array. Okay, so here as a for loop, you have to print values from indexes. Indexes na masira. Sakto ba? Or from index lang. Okay. Array index. So we are going to print the values also. So we are to present the D, and then the array index J. Okay? J na pala nga ito gamit dito because ang ato gamit dito sa for nato nga looping is J na variable, which is mo man ang mag-serve as our index. Okay? So, close. And let's build and run to test our user input.
May kuwang sir.
At yata po nga ni. So, nag-run siya, no? Let's try example of that. Enter values in index 0, which is ang ato style nga butangan. So, aray na ito ka butangan. Let's say, for example, ang atong value sa index 0 is 12. And then index 1 is 13. Index 2 will be 14. Index 3 will be 15. And 16. Index 4. Okay, if we're going to press enter, so, ano na siya, ay, nagdikit man. Nagdikit siya is because we didn't put space in our print. Okay, print area. Okay, let's have it here. Let's make a space. So, let's build and run again. Okay, so 12 and 13, 14, 15, 16, ano. Okay. So, going to press enter. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we have already print the values from our user input. Okay, so that is a one-dimensional array. Okay, one-dimensional array pa lang ngayon, napatay two-dimensional array. That is why nag-discuss tayo because we will have our quiz today. Okay, our quiz for 1 to unya pa rin magsugod. So I would just continue our discussion para ma-fulfill na to ang topic. Ani nga kaning morning, and sa also is we're going to answer our quiz. Okay? Now this is the one-dimensional array. One-dimensional array. Ako saan i-save? Okay. One-dimensional array. Okay, so kuha ra sa one-dimensional array. Kuha ra, wala naglibog. Ask the question kung naglibog mo because di na tayo balik ani nga topic. Okay, so we have to move on with our topic. Ask question. Kasi naglibog. Sige. Sige, pagod na. Try ko. Okay guys, namahaw na mo, wala pa. Kaya kung wala pa mo namahaw, pwede lang mo pwede lang mo magkaon or snack. Pwede lang mo magkaon or snack.
Wala ko yung namahaw, sir.
Okay. Paano na ba kung okay naman kung dili pa ka mamahaw karon kay active pa nang imo. So that is because kung busog man ka, kabantay mo kay katugon dahil mo basta busog mo, dili mo pang sa inyo utok. So, okay na na siya. O yan, alam mo pumahaw, hindi ka man sa ating discussion. Eh, para musod din sa utak mo.
Ulcer. Ulcer.
So, pag-stack lang, gamay lang, ay lang pagpabusog. Kay, usap po na sa, pero sa psychology, if busog ka, nag-study ka, di yun mo, dili mo soda o kuan. But, depende sa siguro sa tao. Alright, so you can have your snacks also. Let's break. Ikaw na sa inyo, pag try sa mo diha, let's break for 15 minutes. Okay? So, or 15 to 20 minutes. Pag sample sa mo diha, pag share sa mo diha mga ideas sa inyong mga classmates, okay? Magkuha sa snack o sa murag ma-ulcer ka niyo kuan. Okay? So let's break for 15 to 20 minutes, okay?
Sir.
Snack sa mo. Alright.
Yes, sir. Pulihi dyan, Lloyd. Pulihi.
Yeah.
Huwag kaon na raadong.
Wa daw. Pero na ko'y pagigugma niya. Naling kang kupal ka. Nakapas na mo sa assignment sa SP dong.
Huwag dong, yung ako periodic table dong.
Kanagid daghan na ta. Mag-quiz man daw kuno niya sa Pilipino. Bungadar na kuno iko nun.
O, sa katong ibon.
Oh. Ata yun eh.
At, Andra dong. Wala dong.
Di man dong. Basa-basa yung gawa si noon. Nagtubig. Nagtubig dong. Ikaw, nakaris. Niyo nung lagi tangan o day.
Mao na kay wa na minaw.
Tingog po. Snack pa daw dong. Resist ba?
Sa tatakantin.
Shout out to Rizal Zuli.
Naglamit na siguro ng kaon ni Riza Garundong.
Magkatagkuhan. Sorry guys. Okay, so nana ang uban? Balik na ta? Okay, so nana mo? Nana pa ang tanan? Wala pa? Oh, nana. It's 10:40. Okay, start na ta. Okay, kinsay bago ka niabot diri karon? Ang wala na tawag ko ganina sa attendance. Okay, success bro. Okay. Okay. Kinsa pa?
Yes, Cotton, sir.
Cotton. Who else? Who else? Katong wala pa ka-attendance. Wala na. Okay, so we have 29, 28. 28 na talang diri. So natay absent. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Katong sorry, drop. Okay. So let's continue our discussion. Are you ready? Ready na mo? Try to speak up para makahibaw kung ano alam mo diya.
Okay na.
Ready na, sir.
Okay, great. Good to have you back. So let's have another topic. We'll go to our two-dimensional array. Okay. All right. Attorney, we save. I-upload sa nila kung hinahinay yung ato di mo karon para na may reference. Ako sa PHP lang katong login last. Dimensional array. Okay, so let's start with the two-dimensional array. Because our activities today are excuse me. Our activities for today will have the examples. We're going to create a two-dimensional array. So we need to focus on this one, two-dimensional array. Okay, let's create another file. So since na-save naman rin nato, let me erase. Okay, so sa two-dimensional array, excuse me, two-dimensional array, duha na siya ka parameters. Okay? So, to declare a two-dimensional array, just like this. So we have two brackets, okay? Two open close curly brackets, okay? So we are going to put values inside our index, okay? So these two brackets here, the first bracket will serve as our row. And the second will be our column. Okay? So, in a Cartesian plane, ang row na to is, anong samaan? Ang x-axis. And then the column is our y-axis. Okay, just like in our Excel. Okay, so this is the column, I mean letters. This is the column, and these numbers are our row. Okay, so we're going to limit the values inside our row. For example, I'm going to put row 3. Okay, and then our column will be 1, 2, 3, and then our column will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 na lang. Actually, mo 5. Okay. So, para makita nato ang movement sa ato array position. Okay. Alright, so this is how you declare a two-dimensional array. Okay. Nasa row, nasa column, which is kusara ang iyang butangan. Okay. This is just a position or the location of your cell. Example here. A, column A, row 1 is our first one, cell nga, butangan. So sa array is the first index. Okay? So let's say, for example, I'm going to put the values inside the index row 0, column 0. Okay. Row 0, column 0 will be, let's say, for example, 12. Okay. And then let's print this one. And then percent %B. And then the array 0, column 0. Row 0, column 0. Okay, so, let's build and run para makita nato nga nasudlan siya og value nga 12. See? Okay, so as you can see, nakita nato ang value sa index. Okay? That is how you put values inside the two-dimensional array. Alright? So, let's simulate a value. For example, ang ako row 1, column, row 0, column 0 will be here. Okay, the first cell. Okay, row 0, column 0 will be 12. So, as you can see, nagbutang tag 12 there. This is just an example value. Okay, so row 0, column 1 will be here. Let's say, for example, 13. So 13 and 3. And then, okay, row 0, column 2. Row 0, column 2 will be 14. 14. And then, row 0, column 3. Row 0, column 3 will be 16. And row 0, column 4 is 16. Okay, so we have already have the 5 elements or 5 limits. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since ang ato column is Cotobraman 5, so we need to limit it into 5. Okay, and ang ato row is 3, napata sa 1, 0. So, napatay sa pagkaset, duha pagkaset ani. So, let's say, here, ito na ito, para di kayo taas. Okay. Another row and column. Ito lang yung copy. And then, ito na ni listen of 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Okay. So, row 1, column 0, row 1, column 1. So, actually, let's say, for example, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Muna ito mga values sa ato rows and columns. Okay? Now, to print this arrays or values inside our index. Okay. So, para mausan lang nato, ato lang i-suod sa for loop. Okay. To print this out, and I less than equal to 0, and I less than ilan ni 5 ang ato column. Okay. And then I plus plus. And then this is just our looping ato one row. Okay. The first loop is our row. Okay. And the inner loop is our value sa ato para to limit sa column. Okay. J, so let me say J. Okay, so we have our column loop. Okay, now to get the values, okay, since naman ang ato index, that is why we have the two this is why that we are using the nested for loop. Okay, to shorten our code para to print nga mag-loop ra siya. Okay, so let's say print. So ato yung method 3 ang pagawas is our row. Okay, so row percent %B, and then ang ato I. Okay, and then there is a suod is our values to be print. Okay, so print %P, and then atag space para di magdikit %B, and then our array indexes, array values. Okay, so to get the values, to get the specific values. Okay? So since this I here and our J is our number of loop, so we have to put it here. Okay, so this will serve as our indexes. Okay, kung asa siya nga position. Okay, for example, ato ni timeline. Timeline is 1. So sa ato the row and column, diba? So, here, sa ato cell, or sa ato Excel, sa ato lang i-submit sa Excel. So, let's put some values inside here. Para, kung sa'y forma sa ato pag spread, mo sa forma dito sa ato cell. Okay? So, since ang ato values here sa array 0, column 0, array row 0, column 0 is 12. And then, until 14 is 16. So, we have 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. Kalipagan yan para makita. Alright. So, first nga row is 0, diba? So, since row na to is mag-serve as our 0, primero nga row. And then, ang ato second row is 17, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Okay. So, let's see kung tingani ba doon ang forma sa ato looping or sa ato pagkuha sa values. Okay? So, if we're going to simulate this one here, a nested for loop. So, since our initialization is I or 0, initialization is 0, so ang row na to now is 0, di ba? Okay, so here is 0, row 0. And then, ang ato inner loop is J, which is mag-initialize siya sa 0. Okay? So, now, first the step will be here. Okay? So, from here, from inner, from outer loop, initialization niya is 0, since ang ato I now is 0. 0. And then, the value of the variable I is 0. Diba? And then, mo print ni siya diri. Okay? Ang print niya is ang ato row is 0. Alright? And then, after printing, mosulod niya siya sa inner loop, which is ang for loop nato sa J. Okay? Since ang ato J is 0, mosulod siya sa printf. Okay? Mosulod. Now, ang ato value now sa ato array I will be 0. And then, ang ato value ni J is 0 gyapon. Okay? Una first nga loop. Okay? Now, ang kanisang ato for loop, di siya mo out unless di siya ma-false. Di ba? So, di siya mo out unless di siya mo false. Now, ang ato I array row 0 is kani siya. This is 0. And then, ang ato J is 0. Since di pa man siya mo out unless di siya mo false, mo plus pa ning J, di ba? Plus sa J, add 1. Mo initialize sa siya balik. Up mo ang value now sa J is 1. Okay? Kuha. So that is why ang ato position row 0 and column 1 is na ni siya. Okay, 13. And then 1 naman ang J. 1 na ang J. Mo nga rin na po na siya sa conditional statement sa J. It's less than 5, which is true. So, J++ na po. Okay? So, mahay mo siya 2. Okay? So, ara ang movement. Okay? Now, ang ato na po sa gani, mapresa po siya ang position of row 0 of column 2, which is ang ato 14. Okay? And then, so naman siya ang value ani. Now, mo rin na po siya sa J. Mo conditional na po siya. Ang ano sa conditional statement is J less than 5, which is ang value nato is 1, 2. So, true. Mo balik na po siya plus plus. May mo na po siya 3. Okay? So now, ang value nato sa J is 3. And then, we have to print out the row 0, column 3, which is here. Ang ato value is 15. Okay? Now, mo balik na po na siya o condition. Okay? Ang condition niya is J less than 5, which is ang value nato is J. Okay? Less than 5, which is true. Mo plus plus na po siya. Okay? Mo plus plus na po. May mo po siya 4. Okay? Now, ang value nato sa row 0 and column 4 will be 16. Okay? Ato ba? 16. Now, mo balik na po siya o condition. Okay? If 4 less than 5, which is ang 5 na to, it will have to be 4 ang limit. Okay? So, samaan, di na siya mo plus plus. Mo out na siya because it will be false if we're going to add another one. Because is kung mo 5 na siya, dili na siya mo kaning dili na siya mo print 3. This is because ang limit nato is 4 lang. Okay? So pag exit siya, mo rin na po na siya sa I. Okay? Ang I na po nato now is ma-increment into 1. Okay? So that is why ang row nato is mahimo na po siya og 1. Okay? And then, mubalik siya na po og loop dire sa inner loop. Okay? Balik na po siya og loop. And then, ang ato na value sa I is 1. That is why kanina ang loop nato. Okay? Now, ang value nato is 0 sa J. Okay? 0. So, ang value nato na i-print is row 1, column 0 is kanina, 17. Okay? 17 na siya. And then, another na po niya loop. Mo condition na po siya sa J. Ang J is may increment na po into 1. So, may mo na po din siya og row 1, column 1, which is ang value is 18. Okay? And then, loop until ma-false. So, ang J na po, may mo na po og 2. Okay? So, row 1, column 2 is 19. And then, condition na po siya. And then, if true, mo plus plus. And then, may mo sa po siya 3. And then, condition na po, plus plus na po, og true. Then, may mo siya 4. So, that is why, nanatas sa 21, 4. Ang row 1, column 4 is 21. And then, pag 4 adin niya is mo exit na siya because J less than 5 or if we're going to add another one, false na siya ang result. So that is why mo goes na siya sa outer loop. Okay. So, pag go sa outer loop, mo sa inner loop, pag go sa inner loop, mo rin siya sa outer loop. Now, ang ato value now sa ato loop is less than 5 man. Okay? So, dili na siya dapat less than 5 because ang ato loop is, ang ato row is cotobra 2. Okay? So, we have to put this into less than 2. Okay? Para mo exit siya after column, after the row 2. Okay? Kuhara? So, let's try to build and run if ingani ba og forma ang ato data karon. Okay? Build and run. Okay. So, 0, row 0, 12, 13. Okay, ato ni butangan og backslash n. Backslash n para ma-new line siya after the loop here. Backslash n. Okay. Let's build and run again. Okay, so here. Row 0 and row 1 sa ubos. Okay? Row 0, so muna siya. Na ang row 0 column 0 is 12. So ang ato kani forma sa ato data is primero is 12 and then 13. Row 0 column 1 is 13. Row 0 column 2 is 14, which is sakto. And 15, 16. And then also sa ubos, sa row 1, we have row 1 column 0 is 17 until 21. Sakto. Now, this is how the data has been added to our two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array meaning na siya ay rows and columns, which is nag-define siya sa single cell only. Okay? Single cell only. But we have rows and columns. Pareha sa Excel. Okay? So, sa Excel is A1, A is the column and row is 1. So, A1 is 12. So, para na sa Excel. Ato array, two-dimensional array, we have index 0 or index row 0 and column 0 is kani. So, magsugod man siya sa 0. Okay? So, kuhara ang two-dimensional array. So, to get the values, or to print the values inside your two-dimensional array, is you need to make a nested for loop. Okay? To lessen your lines of code. Okay? So, ang looping nato is to lessen our lines of code. That is why the loops are being invented. Okay, in just a few lines of code, you can write down a pila ka line result. Okay. Alright, so kuhara, walay naglibog sa two-dimensional array. Any question? Gonna i-out. About the others, any questions sa two-dimensional array? Lara naglibog? Hello? Are you there? Are you still there? So how about Alan? Naka-kuandra, Intindira? Annalyn, Angela, Awarding, Kumpas, Danica, Daniel. Okay ra mo? Nakaintindi ra ta two-dimensional? If you have any doubts, you can ask questions that I can answer your queries kung unsay inyong kalipkan diha. We will have our quiz on 1 p.m. until 2 or 2:30 siguro, if mada. Okay.
Send lang na sa namo.
Yes, also I will send this one to our Google Classroom. Okay, so let's have another example. Okay, so ang kani is ato gi-define ra man no, ato gipangbutangan og values inside the manual ni nato. But if we're going to create a user input para ma-save ang input sa user, you need to have another two-dimensional or nested niya for loop. Okay? So sa nested for loop, so I'm going to use I gihapon. I raman na ganahan ito sa for loop. Okay? I less than 2, I plus plus. This is to get the user input, okay? To put inside your array index, okay? So here inside natay inner loop. So J na po daw gamiton para dili ma-scramble ang ato kuan. So ang ato limit sa column nato is 5. Ang outside nato nga loop is our row, okay? So ang column nato ato ni ang ato positions or locations ato cell or sa index nato is para makuha nato ato ni print ang okay, the same as nag-print ra mo, okay, but we need to put kaning user input or scanf para makuha ang values from user. Okay, so row 0, then I, and then let's have the user input %d, and then na-scanf na siya. Ato lang imputang og kuan kaning identify or location kuan para makita na to kung asa dapita isud. Okay? Enter value in array column row and the column, which is ang ato row is I, and then ang ato column is J. Okay, and then ato ni ko ng user input scanf, then %d, and the ampersand, and then the location or the position of our index of our array is, you have to put sa may nadri I, okay, which is our row and our column is J. Okay, Alright, so let's build and run para to input our values inside our indexes. Build and run. So row 0, enter value in array, the column 0, row 1, column row 0, column 0 gapon. Okay, so let's have example para gapon na 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so here is 12, then another value in array column row 0, column 1 will be for 13. Okay, so 14, 15, 16. Okay, so mulok na po siya, mo out na po na siya sa inner loop, which is now na siya sa inner loop karon. Pag enter na ko ana, mo balik na po na siya sa row 1 kaning naa diri nga word. Okay, inadi nga word, but ang ato row is may increment na siya, mahimo siya og 1. Okay, so ato na i-enter. Okay, so we already exited in our inner loop. So na siya ni sa outer loop. Okay, and then ang kanin siya is our first initialization sa inner loop. Okay, increment ng ato row ay mo siya og 1. So ang position na napita is kaninan siya. Okay, 17, 18 to 21. Okay, so let's have it 17 and 18, 19, 20, and 21. Okay, after that, mo print na ni ang ato mga values. Okay, so mo na ni siya 12, 13, 14, 16, and then the 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Alright? Kuhara ang katong put sa values inside our array, our two-dimensional array. Kuhara? Do you have any questions? Okay, so makalibog ra ba nino? You need to focus on this one. You have to, this is the to test your logic. Okay, so napatay multi-dimensional array. So di pa ta mo next meeting na natin makutaw na ta. Okay, alright, so kutaw na ta sa two-dimensional array, and then we will have our quiz. Okay, so that will be ako na i-post karon, and then you have to submit it on 2 p.m. or 3. Okay, so magamit ra ta og just like example here. Alright, you have to study. We have to get the logic inside the two-dimensional array because our quiz will use a two-dimensional array. Okay, ako sa save. And then I will send this one to our classroom.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Pila ka items imo pa-answeran, sir?
Only 4 items na siya.
4 items lang. Okay. Until when? Until 3? Dili until 4?
Pag 4, depende sa siguro o madaling niyo.
Hinay mo ang signal, sir, tungod sa uwan?
Okay. So, quiz naman ko siya. Ito lang ito. Ako lang ikuan na yung set kung pila ka kuan nga ito gamit kay. Sa ato quiz is just, you have just to turn in your kuan raman. Turn in your file. Okay? Sa ato classroom. After
Sa ako,
you
sir, wala
answer.
problema. Ang sa uban na ko nga classmate ba, kay nagmo sila sa signal.
Lagi sad. Mapod lagi.
Kay ang uban, sir, dita mo ko nila gigamit. So, mas advantage sa ako, makuan lang ko nila ba.
Okay, so ang ato lang, ang magamit naman ani sa ato kuan is akong paano man gud ang pagkuan ra, ang pag-upload ra sa file. But kung ang iba is kuan naman gud siya kani marag ato activity sa kuan, but to upload ang magamit ra sa ato data is just to upload the file, because you need to answer this one. Naman to ang file, wala man ta naka forms. Ang forms kay magamit siya og data while answering. So ang ato is you need you can have offline and you can online in after you finish answering the activity. So mora ang paggamit sa ato kuan, sa ato internet. You have to pag-turn in lang ba sa file.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
ako sa ni kuan, ako sa ni appeal po da nga to dimensional array here. Okay, so is there any question about two-dimensional array and one-dimensional array? Sino pa yung naglibog? Because of the looping. Okay. Most of the kuan sa itong unang mga students or kuan sa naglibog sila ang saan paggamit sa loop, saan pagkuan, initialize. So wala ra mo naglibog. Wala ra kay silence means yes man siguro. Wala means wala dyan sila nagkuhan. Wala dyan mo naglibog sakto. If you have any question, you can ask question. So we have kuhan pa man. Few minutes. So about your project, do you have any question? Hello? Are you still there? About the project, do you have any question?
So far, sir, nothing. Mo chat ra sa di kung mangutana minimo, sir.
Okay, so that's
Thank
it.
you.
Alright, so chat lang mo sa ating GC or you can ask question personally messenger. Matubag ko kung unsay ako matubag. It is about learning sa ato kuan, sa ato C programming language. Okay, so I will upload our activity and you are going to answer that one offline. Kuhaon na ninyo ang katong file, naka-word naman to, ang file nga ako i-upload. Naka-word na to siya, you can have it offline and then answer the activity offline, and then if you're going to submit your whole file, you need to go online para pag-upload na, pag-turn in na sa imo activity. Tomorrow na siya, it will not consume lots of data because ang coding is just a KB. Okay, kilobytes lang ma-consume na ito pag-upload. Alright, so do you have any question? If none, we are going to dismiss our class because I'm going to prepare my DTR and my kuan. Ako record po para sa kuan. And then let's have a screenshot also. Please open your cameras. Okay, wala namang kamoy pangutana. Sure mo, wala na jud. Okay. Alright. Thank you. So, kung wala na may pangutana, let's dismiss para mag-upload pa ko sa inyo sa inyo activity for today. Alright. So, thank you guys and thank you for listening. I have learned something today and have a blessed day everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.